Susanna, what do you care about most?
Nothing really. I mean,
Has that always been the case?
yeah, I never really had. I mean, I want to be a writer, but I don't really have much of a direction. Just kind of existing.
Do you write every day?
Yeah, a little bit here and there. About the things I see.
James, what do you care about most?
My guys. The guys next to me.
So I take it you're in the military?
Yeah. My unit.
Tom, what do you care about most?
I'd say honesty, like truth, just people being able to say how they really feel instead of some fabricated bullshit.
Do you feel that you say what you feel always openly and honestly?
I didn't always used to. Definitely going to from now on.
Susanna, do you think of yourself as being a good person? You know, ethical, do you
Yeah.
care about others?
I mean, I guess, kind of, yeah. But
Would your friends say that you're a good person?
I don't really have a ton of friends, but I try.
James, do you think of yourself as being a good person?
I try to be. I'm inspired by good men, and I hope to be. Hope I live every day remembering them and thinking of them as I go through life, but I'd like to think so.
Do you still think of yourself as a good person? Because I'm assuming that, you know, sometimes things go wrong in combat. Has there ever been an instance in which...
Yeah, I mean, it was an easier question to answer probably before I got drafted and went to the war and stuff. I mean, you do things you never thought you'd be a part of, but I always just tell myself that it's for the mission, and it's for the people back home, and it's for my country. So, and if I don't think that way, and if I don't operate with that mindset, I'm going to let down the person next to me. So that's what's important to me.
Very true. Tom, do you think of yourself as being a good person?
I'd say good is relative. I don't break the law, so if that fits under your standard, then yeah, I guess I'm a good person. I guess I don't know how to really answer that other than I guess.
Would your friends say that you're kind or that you care?
I guess they'd say I'm moody right now, but before, yeah, I'd hope they would, at least.
Okay. Susanna, do you cry?
Gonna get into this?
I'm sorry. What
We're
did
really
you say?
gonna get into this deeply right now?
Well, I mean, do you cry to alleviate the pain? Or do you try to stay strong and not cry?
I usually don't cry.
James, have you ever cried?
Depends who's asking.
Okay.
Yeah, I cry.
Tom, do you cry?
I have. That's all I can tell you.
Was it from disappointment or from loss, or I guess disappointment and loss could be the same thing?
I wouldn't say loss. I'd say more disappointment and heartbreak, expectations.
What's the worst thing you ever saw, Susanna?
Well, if we're gonna get into this, well, it'd have to be seeing one of my friends hang from a bedsheet in the doorway. So, and she killed herself after my other friend pushed her into it. I mean, just by pushing all her buttons. You know, I could have said something, and I didn't. I just let her push and push, and I just didn't say anything, and then she was dead.
James, what's the worst thing you ever saw?
I think the thing that sticks with me the most isn't necessarily the things I've seen or the things I've done, but there was this one night we were out in this open field playing area, and I was up in a foxhole with a couple of the guys, and we were there, like the whole day, and it was nighttime, and during one of the exchanges there was a group of horses that had escaped at a local rancher or something, and they got flagged a couple times, and that sound of the horses screaming and them slowly passing away, that's a sound I remember and I'll never forget.
Tom, what's the worst thing you ever saw?
Probably seeing her with someone else, I'd say.
Did she look happy with him?
She did, yeah. She looked really happy.
Susanna, when you die, how do you want to be remembered?
Well, so I'd like to kind of write something about just what I've gone through. And then maybe some of the people around me will remember me. Maybe if they care.
James, how do you want to be remembered?
As a good man, someone who worked hard for his family and fought for his country, and that I would make them proud, the ones who didn't come home.
Tom, how do you want to be remembered?
Hopefully as the romantic I used to be, and not this realist, boring, cynical person I am right now. Hopefully I can find that again, but we'll see.
Thank you very much.